What's good, collective? Thank you for tapping into Midheaven Tarot. All right, this reading is going to be a bit different because I think this is probably my first time um picking up the energies of someone who is probably very high profile. Well, I mean, I did pick up that one, but they were like high profile as it relates to like the conscious community, the spiritual community. This person is really coming out as someone who is more high profile in leadership. Could be politics, could be CEO energy over any particular industry, possibly communications, publishing, printing, international trade, even finance, things like that. So this energy is really giving me that this is someone who is very high profile in any one of those fields. But we're going to see what this is because it looks like they are abusing their power. Now, the leading energies here is visionary. And this is why I say that this is a leader. This is someone who is called on to make important decisions on behalf of other people. Okay, could be other people in a corporation, could be other people in society, things like that. We're going to see what's going on and how this is playing out in the collective and what this means for you. Please take the razzle or the dazzle. All right, apply it if it applies. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm going to see because this is different for me. I'm really picking up a political figure. Okay, a political figure is abusing their power. All right, they're actually supposed to be leading people, okay, and using their visionary skills to lead people. However, they are placing material consideration, all right, above self empowerment or above empowering other people, okay. They're very destructive with the power that they have, okay, and at the root of their destruction or this energy that they're in is some sort of self-martyrism, or this is what they're about to do. Either they have taken actions out of abuse of power that is going to cause them to martyr themselves. All right, let's look at this. Clarify prostitute for me, spirit, please. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's clear as can fucking be. Okay, so this is someone who is high profile, um, in some sort of a U.S. Department of something. So this is governmental. Okay, could be state regulated level. Okay, but it's given politics, right? So there may be something coming up with someone who sits at a high position in either government, the legal arena, could be a lawyer, could be a judge, any one of those arenas. U.S. Department of something. There is something that is about to come out concerning someone at the U.S. Department of whatever, okay, that is going to show that they have been abusing their power. They could have been, I don't know, repurposing money, money laundering. They could be stealing, okay, misappropriation of funds. I'm hearing. Wow. All right. So let's see. Clarify more. Tell us more. Real love. U.S. Department of Real Love. I don't know. Look, divine feminine achievement. Oh, okay. This is how this applies possibly to you. This is how this applies possibly to you. All right. I don't know that there is a U.S. Department of Real Love. I don't know that there is a U.S. Department that governs, individuals who are here to heal humanity, heal themselves. This is what this is giving. That there is some sort of governmental influence, interference in a divine feminine's life. A divine feminine has accomplished something. You've healed, but there is someone who sits at a high position in the government, okay, that was working to interfere with your healing, all right, with your growth, with your expansion, possibly because you are here to bring this frequency of divine love to humanity. Okay, so there actually could be a department that governs star seeds, a department that watches over, that interferes with, you know, divine beings. Okay, star seed energy. There could be. I don't know. I don't know. But this individual, or these people, this whole department, this could also be, no, not with this in the shadow, not with this in the shadow aspect. This department has absolutely been trying to get this divine feminine energy and hold this divine feminine energy in a particular frequency where the divine feminine prostitutes herself. Mm, mm. A divine feminine, or divine feminines as a whole, okay? Um this has been some sort of governmental scheme, plot, work, I don't know, to keep divine feminines in a frequency of prostitution. And I don't mean streetwalker, although that could be the case for some, right? But I mean just the energy of placing your material security, your financial considerations above your self-empowerment. That's what I mean by prostitution, okay? So there's some legalities here. This is something that is not just, someone, at the lower level of society that is impeding upon your life and impeding upon your love. This is something having to do with governmental influences. Okay, I know a lot of people. I was watching a video the other day where a lady was explaining about how she's being gang stalked and yada 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 about the gang stalking. Okay, not to make light of it, because that's not my lived experience, at least not in the 3D. All right. But she was talking about being gang stalked. So we know that these kind of things are taking place, right? So this seems to be coming up in the energy. This seems to be coming up in energy. There's some sort of a governmental plot to keep divine feminines in an energy of prostitution and not in an energy of accomplishing balance in their heart space, accomplishing balance in their relationships, showing up as a divine feminine. Okay, they don't want you to achieve this, but somebody has already achieved it. Somebody has already achieved it. Queen of Pentacles. So they want you more concerned about money and not about your heart space. Clarify the Destroyer. Animosity. They're angry about something. They have animosity towards divine feminine energy. These are people in power. And they're also very angry and have animosity towards the divine feminines who have stepped into their power. All right. So they want to destroy the vision, the dreams, the potential of divine feminines. Clarify animosity. Change. They don't like the fact that they don't like the changes taking place in society when it comes to this divine feminine energy. Whoever these people are, whoever this individual, because there is a visionary here. So there's one person at the helm of this situation. All right. So they could be the head person at this legal department that is supposed to be, I don't know, governing, interfering with divine feminine energy. And they have animosity towards the change that is taking place as it relates to divine feminine energy. This is going to be an interesting reading. Tell me more. The veil. See, the changes that is being made. I'm going to make this a divine feminine reading versus a collective, okay? The changes that are being made, that this leader and this department of question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't know their official name. All right. But what's happening is that divine feminines are, oh, they're waking up, like, as we know. And the change that is being made is that divine feminines are stepping into the ability and possessing the capability to see behind the veil. What is the veil? The veil is the false reality, the false system that these department ofs have erected to keep people in a spirit of prostitution, where you prostitute your self empowerment for material wealth, for material gain, for karmic relationships, just all kind of stuff that you prostitute your self empowerment for. Well, that's not taking place anymore. Divine feminines are waking up from that, and divine feminines are being put in a position to see behind the veil. We have the ancestors here. All right, I'm gonna take that out. This may be an ancestral message because behind that card, I saw the message card. So this could be an ancestral message concerning the awakenings that are taking place in divine feminines with divine feminine energy. Clarify martyr. They are addicted. They want people to be in an energy of self-pity. They want people to sacrifice themselves. That says addicted to self-pity. They want people to continue to self-sacrifice themselves, self-martyr themselves over money, over the idea of wealth, over the illusion of the American dream. They want people to continue to self-sabotage themselves. They're addicted to the idea. These people, this government, this visionary is addicted to the idea of self-pity. Health concerns. Now, going back to what I originally said, this visionary and this group of people, but mainly this visionary, this visionary is sick. Let me just say it the way I see it. This visionary is sick. This person who is in the seat of leadership and is highly ranked at this department or governs over this department or the departments or the country or whoever, okay? This person is not well. This person is not, okay, now I get it. Got you. Thank you. This person is not well in relationship to. What I mean by this person's manifested sickness is because of the awakening of divine feminine energy, because that energy in divine femininity is awakening the ancestors. Okay. That energy is awakening the ancestors. Clarify health concern. Ice King. Can't make it up. And it landed over here on this headship here. This is the individual who governs this department of. Something is going on in the higher echelon of possibly the government or possibly the state you're in. Okay? And we're all in various different states. All right? So there's something going on with the heads of states, heads of governments, heads of, whatever departments of and stuff. There's something going on. There's a Ice King here who is calling these shots, who is calling and making these decisions to have animosity towards divine femininity. This could also be With this mature woman, this could also be that this individual and these people and this leadership, whoever they also have an issue with the great mother. All right. They also have an issue with the great mother. But this leader is sick. Tell me more. Hello. 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 This may be coming out soon. If it's not already out about this person being sick, this leadership being sick, this may be coming out. Tell me, what is this hello? Mature man. Endings. Uh-oh. Who is this mature man trying to speak to? Because the road is closed to him or her. Well, him. Him. The road is closed to him. Clarify this endings. Opposition. There is an ending that is being brought to this leader and whatever they've been doing. There is an ending that is taking place when it comes to the opposition that this mature man and the department that he heads, as it relates to their interference with individuals who are awakening and accomplishing and achieving going behind the veil. All right. If you have achieved tapping into your divine feminine energy, awakening to your divine feminine energy, if you are tapped into the mother aspect of the Godhead of the cosmic family, okay, there's the opposition, the gang stalking, the interference, the energetic manipulation, okay, them manipulating your energy field, the telepathic communicating, the curses, the occult stuff that they do in their secret private rooms, that's coming to an end. They've been stopped, which is why there's health concerns here. This individual's health concerns, I'm hearing, this individual's health concerns is a reflection and proof that the ancestors are opposing him. They're angry about this change that has taken place because the ancestors are shocking. They're pushing their wig cap back, blue. Okay, the ancestors are pushing their wig cap back, blue. You feel me? Like, what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? I'm going to use this one. What else do we need to know? Keep doing what you're doing, I'm hearing the mother say to divine feminines and those who are tapping into their divine feminine energy. All right. Keep doing what you're doing. Yes, you can probably pick up the opposition. You can probably sense it. You can probably feel it. But what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. And what you're doing is bringing forth a higher frequency of love. And so these people in positions of power that do not want to allow the frequency of love, divine love, okay? I'm not talking about romance. I'm talking about the frequency of divine love. These people in positions of power who want to suppress, oppress, and continue to use their power in destructive manners to keep people from healing, to cause people to be in the spirit of prostitution, placing material things and material wealth above their healing, above their self empowerment, above their divinity. These people are being stopped because you are doing what you're doing. So keep healing, keep focusing, keep going. Tell us more, Spirit. Tell us more about this leader. No turning back. So whatever this leader has done has absolutely burned a bridge for them. Okay? Tell me about this bridge that they burned. What is this bridge? Pure love. So they are shut out of the frequency of divine love. They will not, they whoever they are, they will not have access into being able to raise their frequency to the frequency that you have raised yours, that the collective has raised their frequencies. Okay? Light and dark secrets, ways of change, silent shadows. They won't find balance, I'm hearing. They won't find balance. Something's about to come to the light, and it landed over here with the mature woman card. Okay? I'm going to bring this into the camera shot. It landed over here with the mature woman card. All right? And as I said, this could be, this is giving me, this mature woman is giving me that this is the frequency and the energies of the Great Mother. Okay? It's coming to light. The frequency and the energies is coming to light. Like all of the work that they've been doing to keep the Great Mother and the divine feminine essence and energy suppressed is not working. It's not going to work. It's no longer going to work. So if it has worked for them for I don't know how many umpteen years, it's no longer going to work for them at this juncture. Like that's a wrap. So there's a lot of animosity. For follow moon, balance mind. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Wrong route. Trust signals. The universe knows your path. No entry. So this individual will not be able to balance their mind. Okay? They will not be able to balance and walk into the balance of the mind. So this person could have some sort of a mental issue. They're fired up about it. I saw fired up wants to come out. They're very upset about it. I don't know who this is, all right? And I don't know what position or what, that they hold, but they hold a very powerful position. Tell us more about the position that this person holds. Pity the fool who mocks the queen's grace. Sudden wealth. Ooh. This is somebody who holds the position of harnessing divine feminine energy for the personal growth of their finances. This is also an individual who is responsible for leading the task of stealing the wealth that is attached to divinity. So this department, I'm gonna just call it as I see it on the cards, y'all. I feel like y'all can tap in and understand what I'm saying. But this department is responsible for harvesting, is what I'm hearing. Harvesting the energy of divine feminine energy, and the wealth that comes with that energy. And so by you in the collective, excuse me, by you tapping in and awakening to your divine energy, your divine feminine energy, it's like you're reclaiming something, you're taking something back, both physically and both energetically. These people harness and feed off the energy of the feminine essence. By how? How do they do that? By keeping those in society, myself and yourself, under a spirit of prostitution, where we place monetary wealth, gain, whatever. It's an enslavement. It's a slavery energy here. It's a slavery energy. Okay, so by placing you under that slavery energy, that prostitution energy, they are able to feed off your energy that you are abandoning by being under the energy that they want you to be under, right? You're abandoning that energy of divinity, and this is how they then come and collect and harvest and feed off that energy. The person who is at the headship of this whole situation, the illnesses, the physical illnesses that is showing up with this person, is a reflection that all of that is being torn down and undone. And yes, they are upset about it. They are. But what do you want? What do you, what, I mean, you make your bed hard, you lay your ass in it. You feel me what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know. What is this? Human life. Because they don't have any regard for human life. They have no regard for human life. Many of you have already ascended to the highest vibration of human life, okay? They want to control this. They want to control how people evolve. They want to control how people ascend, whether they ascend or not. They want to control whether you can harmonize your energy or not. And they prefer you not to. You understand what I'm saying? They don't care anything about human life. Game over. Game over. So many of you, many of us have absolutely raised ourselves to the highest vibration of human. We've harmonized our energies. We no longer are willing to slave for the pennies, the little coins, the little monopoly money, okay, that they pay us with. We're using our energy to manifest, to bring forth the things that we want and or need in our own power and strength and divinity. So this shit that they've been doing is over. It's over. It's over. Look, you're not my master. My life, my rules, I am unchained. This is the energy that has them upset. This is the energy that has them sick. Unto death, I just heard. That's what I heard. Wait, gaze, judge, reflect, then act boldly. So they're watching something. Spirit is also saying for you, for us to keep our eyes open, because in time, something is going to come to the open. Clarify, wait, gaze, judge, reflect, then act boldly. Unexpected surprise. There's something that's about to take place. There's something about to take place. What's about to take place? What's about to take place? If you'll let me know. Some news is coming in. Listen, y'all. There's about to be very, 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 very good news for us that are supposed to be safely under the leadership of said individuals and individual. There's about to be good, but we're not safely under that leadership. There's about to be some news, okay? as you sow, as they have sown, they are going to reap. They didn't want you to have divine love. They didn't want you to have access to the beautiful, great mother. They didn't want you to raise your vibrations. They didn't want you to get out from under slavery. They didn't want you to be able to live and not die. They didn't want you to have abundance. So therefore, they are now shut out. And the life they didn't want you to have, they're not going to have. And the death that they wanted you to have, they're going to have. The lack of love and the lack of liberty and the lack of freedom and the lack of awakening and the lack of power and the lack of access and the lack of whatever that they wanted you to have is now their portion. With this grapevine, I'm hearing they've been cut from the vine. They've been cut from the vine. Prayers denied, unforgiven sins. Divine wrath is here. And this is a world matter. Okay? These are leaders in very high positions of power. So keep your eyes open, because we're about to get an unexpected surprise. All right? All right, collective, this has been The Energy. Thank you so much for tapping in. This was definitely different than what I'm used to, but I'm here for it. Please don't forget to push the message out into the algorithm so others can hear it, and leave a comment. Let me know how it resonated with you. All right. If you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing and turn on your notification bell so you'll know when I'm back with another message. I love you guys to the utmost. Keep doing what you're doing, collective. All right. Peace, family.